behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got another great interview coming up for you in just a moment or two. Now, before we get into that, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and the bell. And anytime a new episode comes your way, you can check those episodes out and leave a comment on the comments section if you like. And we're on Facebook as well, facebook.com/Paul Mash TV. And feel free to follow us there, comment on everything you see, even send us an inbox. We'd love to hear from you. And you're welcome to send us an email as well, palmmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And if you're a band or a solo artist and want to be on the show, you can send us an email and we'll tell you how to do that. But we also accept fan mail as well. So if you're just simply a fan, just send us a letter and we'll get back to you. And all this will be recapped for you at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Goa, India, we have Sherise with us today. She's a very awesome artist, and I think you're going to agree. And we're going to get to that in a second because it starts right now. Okay, here we are with the interview as promised, and with us from Goa, India, we have Sherise with us today. Thanks for joining us, Sherise.
Thank you so much, Paul, for inviting me for this amazing interview. So glad to be here and to discuss my music with you.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you here today. I want to thank Pamela at Big Records and all those over there at Big Records for allowing this to happen. Tell us a little bit about how it all started for you, because everyone has their own story and how they became an artist. Let's hear your story.
Well, it was the beginning was when I was 8 years old, and I just started singing in church. I joined the children's choir, and I just fell in love with singing, with music. And because I come from a family full of musicians, right from my grandfather to my father to my mom, they've all been in bands, or I've always been having music at home or at parties, and it just struck a different chord with me. And I always wanted to be around music, and music really affected me as a person. It gave me strength. So that became a natural path for me to take, where I was I was an auditory learner. And as I went along in my life, I joined a lot of groups where there was music, there was choral music. I learned from a lot of music teachers in my hometown, which is Bandra, Mumbai. And I picked up Western classical music, and I did some exams, Trinity grade exams as well. So I learned different styles of music, right from opera to classical, like Mozart, to even gospel, to jazz. And I even used to attend a lot of concerts in the rock space, hip hop space. So I kind of got exposure to all styles of music, not all, I would say most. And because every year we have different new genres coming out. So it was a good education for me, and I kept listening. I'm a good listener. So I kept listening and picking up nuances of vocals as well as songs. And I also got a chance to represent my country, India, abroad in countries such as Germany, France, Ireland, London. So this was all part of choirs and collectives where we performed repertoire from my home country, which is India. We performed Indian repertoire as well as Western repertoire. So we kind of represented our country, and we showed them something that they had never heard before. And from all that inspired me to start creating my own music, because I had so much of knowledge. I have accumulated so much of knowledge over the years, and I said, now because I'm a writer, I write poetry, and plus I have knowledge of melody. So why not combine the two and become a songwriter? And that thus began my path of being a songwriter in my early 20s, and it's been a great process since then, since I discovered I was a songwriter, and I started improving on my compositions as I went along with every song.
Well, that's quite a story there, Sherise. Hopefully you'll have many years ahead of you. So,
Thank
good
you.
luck to you on that. Who are some of the artists you grew up with that helped inspire you to be the artist you are today?
I love listening to Alicia Keys, Michael Jackson, Taylor Swift. When I was young, I used to listen to a lot of pop for fun. Like for example, the Britney Spears albums. Then I would listen to Mariah Carey. I would listen to Backstreet Boys, Boyzone. I was a super fan of the boy bands, and I had posters of all these pop artists on my cupboard doors, and I used to like stare at them every day, and I wonder, would I ever become like them someday? Like pop artists, or I just admired their style and the way they represented themselves and the image that they were portraying, and the way they communicated what they want to say through their music. And other influences included Lady Gaga. And also, I listen to a lot of dance music producers as well, vocal chants. And I love listening to that. And because that used to be very energetic music, and it used to help me work out as well. So I would love to work with dance producers as well, because most of my music is very danceable and very funky, and some of it is rock, inspired by rock also. And artists like The Weeknd, the sound that he started, uh, it was very impactful, and a lot of people took to his sound. It's inspired by the 70s disco. And I mean, everybody I meet, I mean, they introduce me to new artists. So I love listening to new artists, new music, and new sounds, because I believe that everybody has the capability and the capacity of producing their own sound. Like, for example, Billie Eilish, she started a new sound. So, I mean, it's amazing what people can do if they have the confidence and the skill.
Yeah, and you mentioned Lady Gaga and Billie Eilish are both great artists, and I think you said Michael Jackson. I think, and
Right.
he's definitely a great artist, obviously, and he's a legend. It's too bad he's no longer with us, but I think those are pretty good artists, so I can see where you get your styles from there. Some people out there watching this right now, they may want to say, how am I going to download your music on streaming formats, and how can I follow you on social media? Tell everybody how they can do that.
I'm very thankful to social media platforms where I can share my music, share my message as well, that I communicate with my music. So I have Instagram. My Instagram is handle is Sherise D'Souza official, SHERISEDSOUZA official. And then I have my music on all streaming platforms, that is Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, all the major streaming platforms. And it's great that we're able to distribute so many platforms just with a click of a button nowadays. And it's fun to learn how to distribute music. And so along with my music being on streaming platforms, it's also on YouTube. I have YouTube videos out on my YouTube channel, which is Sherise D'Souza. D'Souza is quite it's a Goan name, but it has like Portuguese descent. And so because, Goans, our descendants are Portuguese, so that's why we have surnames such as D'Souza, Da Silva, Fernandes. So these are all quite well-known names in surnames in Brazil and Portugal. So another place where I have my music is also on the Big Records website. I have my website as well, sherisdesouza.com, where I have my profile and all the possible links, the press articles. There's been a lot of press written about me in India as well as in other countries, and I'm so glad to have collaborated with artists from all over the world, including Norway, including Pakistan, and there's also York from Germany, who I've collaborated with for a song called Never Born. So it's beautiful, the kind of collaborations that happened also during the COVID period, because everybody was forced to sit at home, and we were forced to collaborate via screen, via Zoom meetings, and that's how most of my music happened during COVID. So, I mean, if you actually Google my name as well, Sherise, you'll get all the information about me and my music. So it's very easy to find my music.
Okay, well, everybody go down to your favorite streaming platform and check out her music. I know she would love you for that. And we're getting ready to watch this music video. The title of it is called Baby Girl, and it's also a lyric video, so you'll be able to see the lyrics on the screen. Tell us a little bit about that song. We'd love to hear the story behind that.
The song Baby Girl is all about looking for the inner child inside you, the inner child that has a lot of creativity and fun. A lot of times we forget to have fun with what we do. We're all the time serious. So, and it's also about women, also the hardships that women go through, and then how they can come out of it, come out of the tunnel or the darkness that they're going through by again finding themselves and finding what they're good at. So, instead of going in a depressed mode, you're coming out of that and being open to learning new things and open to communicate again and to, to be positive and be a bright light again. So I mean, I had a lot. I mean, I had a lot of struggles in my life. I'm sure everybody has. So I mean, this song is all about coming out of the struggle and bringing more fun into your life and being a stronger person at the end of the day.
Okay, well, it is a great song. I've heard it a couple of times. I can't get enough of it, and I know everybody out there will too. And we'll get to that in just a second. But Sherise, thank you so much for being on the show today. We'd love to have you back again if you have anything to plug for us.
I would love to. I actually released a new song with Big Records called "You Get Me." It's a love song. So it's already on Spotify. It's just released a few days ago, and it's already got like 10,000 playlist hits, and it's doing really well on radio as well. It came number 4 in Netherlands electronic charts on the second day that it was released. So I'm really happy with the progress it's making right now. So hopefully it continues in the same fashion. And thankful to Big Records for helping me to promote and push that song to multiple countries.
Okay, well, let's watch that video now, Baby Girl, and it starts right now.
Baby girl, you've got so much shelter. There are things that you don't wanna give up. That's a hard life There's a